Hello, I am here. I don't know if anybody else is here. I won't be drawing right away. I'm going to wait till 6:30 because I said it was going to be at 6:30. And B, I'm going to tell you all what I know about how far Montana Jewish Project has gotten. I want to say once again, I do not work for Montana Jewish Project. They owe me nothing. And everything they've told me is pretty much just the answering of an email, same as "Thank you, Fury." I really, really like this dress. It looks black in the light. It's a quite dark green. Uh, but somebody said it had Julie Andrews vibes, and I was like, thank you. Julie Andrews vibes is all I've ever wanted in my life. Yeah, well, my house is my. You've never visited me, so you don't know this, but my house is actually very dark. Uh, oh, thank you, Rasikra. Uh, my house was built in 1906, so while electricity was available, I don't think it was quite available at the exact time of building in Montana. But in any case, my house was not built with the idea that electricity would be ubiquitous. And so it has wonderful, incredible natural light, but the moment the sun goes down, you're fucked. There's no overhead lighting, which I actually prefer. I don't like overhead lights very much. So we have a lot of lamps, uh, and I need to get like a fancy dancy ring light for this. You would think I would have one given what I do for a living, but I don't. So uh, I need to do that. But that would change the whole situation, and I would be lit like a person, and not look quite as much like the corpse of a Victorian child. But for now, this is what you get. Yes, you do need to fix that someday. I love having people visit, especially now that Midgie is a little older and she doesn't get up in the middle of the night, so I don't feel quite as bad. When Ren and Laura came to visit us, I'm like, she wakes up and cries at 2 a.m. I hope you know that. And the guest bedroom is right next to the baby's room. So, I mean, our room is also right next to the baby's room. It's not like I could be putting them anywhere else. It's the second floor, like many old houses. The first floor is all public entertainment. The second floor is all personal. So, and they're all very close together. Uh, that makes me feel so good. And every time somebody tells me that they want to come to my house for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving and Passover are the events at my house. They're both absolutely buck wild. Um, Passover, we hold outside in the elk hunting tent and decorate the whole tent and do all of that. Uh, and uh, for uh, Thanksgiving, you've seen the whole spread for Thanksgiving. But they're both just like big food based holidays. Passover is the Jewish drinking game. It's a good times. Okay, so it is now 6:30, so I'll begin really talking. So Montana Jewish Project. I emailed them. They didn't like let me know this uniquely, but that they did not reach their full goal, but they managed to make enough money to convince the diocese to let them push out the date. They had to put down an extra $45,000 to do that, but because of how much people donated, they were able to do that. So there's still hope. I may be trying to raise money for them again in June. So we'll see how that goes. There may be another opportunity for this. One of the neat things about this drawing, I say acting like my draw is all that cool, is that a couple things that are not commissionable were available at this draw. For example, you can't actually straight up commission Noted Scholar Holiday. You can't actually straight up commission Holiday Hates. So, but if you win this and you ask me to do it, I absolutely will do it. Reading, I don't actually think I have any hard no-nos. So, yeah, the page will stay up so you can donate more in the future. The new date is, I think, June 30th. So basically, if I am going to fundraise, I will have to do that the absolute second I get back from the UK. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm hoping they feel like they've finally gotten traction. It was really kind of humbling and yet like ass-pattingly great. The post that I wrote, as the money that they could tack to the post that I wrote, and everywhere it ended up going to Facebook. Somebody said they saw it on Twitter. Some sweet person was like, I saw it on Facebook and it was not attributed to you. And I was like, I cannot tell you less. I cannot tell you more how little I fucking care about getting credit for it. It is utterly unimportant to me. The message is what matters. I individually as a person, my need for importance in this is not, I just don't have it. I legitimately do not give a shit. So as much as frankly, like Montana Jew, let me tell you first how much ended up being raised from that post, and then the rest will make more sense. The last total I heard that was raised from the post that I made was in the neighborhood of $38,000. That's not, that's, as far as they can tell, based on like their click-through and everything, as far as they can tell, my post individually has raised $38,000. That is staggering and insane to me. And that's why it was weirdly emotional for me, because usually, like, I don't know. I have a lot of feelings. I already wrote it in a post for the Patreon. I don't need to rehash it here. Nor do I really want to, as it turns out. I'm much more comfortable having emotions in, like, writing in person. I'm just like, that's enough of that. Yeah, absolutely staggering. Absolutely insane. They had me come to Helena. They gave me a tour of the synagogue. I wish I had taken pictures. I didn't. It was sort of a thing. It really does look like an office building, and I find that personally frustrating on a base level, but I'm gonna have to wait until I win the lottery when I can just up and be like, okay, I'm taking $10 million specifically to try to take this back to the way it looked. And that's actually not the most practical thing. They're very pragmatic people. Like, they are not doing this out of a sense of deep spite. The only person driven by a sense of deep spite is yours truly. So, they're really sweet people. They have this whole vision of, like, this really engaged, inclusive. It was cute. They brought, like, their gay to, because the first thing she said to me, I assume because of my name on Tumblr, was like, well, we have great queer representation on the board. And I was like, I couldn't actually give a shit less. Because y'all know me, like, I'm very much like, what we are the things that we do, and I don't actually care super overly much about how things look. And so it was not necessarily important to me that they appear, like, you do inclusive things. I don't actually care if you look good. But they were really sweet. I actually really, really liked the gay guy they brought. I would go have a drink with him again. And if it's not awkward and I am in Helena again, I will ask if he and his husband want to go out for a drink, because he ended up being super incredibly cool and funny. So I guess fair enough. But, so I'm the big spite driver. They're really super nice people, and they very much have, like, a future vision on beyond, like, fuck these guys. Which, I think that is great. I think that is amazing. I cannot say enough how I think that I am a very particular way to be a person, but I don't think I'm the only way to be a person, and I don't think that I am always the right way to be a person. So, I think as far as wanting to wrest back this building from the church, I am incredibly useful. I think I am going to try to craft other things to write for different venues and everything. I need to try to craft a little less shitty version for sort of an older Facebook crowd that may not have feelings about the Catholic Church the way that I do. Things like that. But as far as like going forward and being an actual useful community and a useful place to have a future, I think that their approach is far better than mine. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled by them and for them. I don't know what their total complete amount is. I want to say it's. I don't want to conjecture because I don't know. I only know what has been told to me in bits and pieces, and so I know that they need money still. Anybody who wants to put them in there. I don't know what y'all do for your monthly giving. But Jill and I may end up switching out something else that we do and putting them into our budget instead. But yeah, so you'll probably hear from me again in June. And so, as long as anybody doesn't have any other questions about that, I will begin the process of drawing for all of this. I did not count each individual entry because at a certain point I lost count while I was handwriting all these, which seemed like a super good idea when I thought I was going to get like 30 entries. But that's not what ended up happening. For this individual fundraiser on my individual blog where people sent in individual receipts, y'all raised about $2,600. Which made me, for a moment, regret that I hadn't chosen to launder all this money and spend it on myself. But as it was, there was no temptation to be had for that. Yeah, I know. I'll think of that better next time. Yeah, so I was very, very excited, very, very thrilled. I will show you in my aim to make this as fair as humanly possible. I tried to think so hard on how to make sure that there could, which is part of the reason I didn't have you give the money to me. I was joking about money laundering, that's not a thing that I would do, but I didn't want even the appearance of impropriety, and so that's why I had you send it directly to them and just send me the receipt. Which I liked. I am so glad the money didn't touch me in any way, shape, or form. I feel a lot better about that. So I've been carrying these around as I've been working on this over time, and I'll just show you one. These are all taken from the exact same block of non-post-it note it's a cube of notes that don't have any sticky on them, so they won't stick together. Every single one of them was taken off of the same cube. It's all written on the exact same size piece of paper. They do come in 3 different colors because it is a rainbow thing. They were all written on with the exact same black ink tool pen. I never switched out the pen. And they were all folded in exactly the same 4 shape. Now, of course, there's some variation because I'm human. But, yeah, and then they were all tossed in one of these and all carried around at all times. And now I'm going to mix them up. So, in as much, and I'm drawing live instead of either doing it by myself or usually, like, for the free-ass comment blog, I use random.org. I don't, because I know I'm not cheating, but, like, if somebody wanted to accuse me of it, I'm like, you're not paying for jack or shit. So, yeah, so we are going to draw out of this punch bowl that I own, that I actually got when a cafe owner retired and sold all her stuff. So, I am going to dump all these in here, and this might actually not be big enough. We'll find out. I'm gonna have to go get a stock pot. I liked this because it was clear. Thank you. I really, really am extremely fond of this bowl. We'll see. It's going to be close. Make sure there's nothing in there. Okay. I have no idea. I know that every single one of these is between 30 and 40 entries, depending on how individually tight I packed the box. And there are 5 boxes. So at least 30 times 5. Whatever that is. So 150 at least. Okay, we're going to make this work. I'm going to stir this. I will show you all after I'm done stirring it. I have to hang on to it to stir it. Okay, here we are. Looks like a lovely sunset. Okay, so I am firstly going to draw for the prize number 1, which is the 2 days of live blog. The winner is Stitch Witchy. I don't know if Stitch Witchy is here. I will set this to the side and let them know in case they are not. But if you are, you have won 2 days of live blog. And technically you have until the week before to get back to me. Sooner rather than later would be great for me, especially if I have to lay hands on it. But anything is fine. Now I'm going to stir again. Losing entries over here. Oh god. This probably is too small, but I've committed now. I'm committed. Okay, now I've stirred again. The winner of the book is at Automatic 9, who I believe is Catherine, unless I'm wrong. Who I believe is also here. You go ahead and let me know. Ideally, you would let me know, like, tomorrow so I can order the stupid book, because I have to have the... and I don't know that it's actually a stupid book. Catherine has actually recommended me many books that I've enjoyed. But, yeah. The sooner you can let me know, the better. And, then I can get it done in March, which is my hope, my theory of the business. So now I'm going to stir a third time. And then this is for the live stream. It's also Automatic 9. So now you have another thing to pick. And if you would, once again, let me know. Technically, you have until the week right before, but the sooner I can get it, the better. Or if you want to give this to someone else, or whatever, that is your right as a free denizen of the internet. So, Yeah. Uh, yeah. I will wait and hear from Catherine, uh, and make sure that we are acknowledged as to uh, what has happened here. I was definitely excited and moved by everything that y'all did. Uh, I may have some other prizes laying around. Like, I think I have somewhere like a $25 Penzies gift card that I'm happy to give away because I completely forgot I had it, so it's not real. So I will keep this, and if it turns out that I do in fact have other things like that to give away, I will give them away. This was so much better. I'm going to use the word attended, I guess. This was so much better attended than I thought it was going to be. So, uh, yeah, I'm really blown away by everybody's generosity, and that's why if I'm perfectly capable of giving other things away, then I will. Yeah, so thank you all so much. I was very excited by everything that y'all did, and it means a lot to me. And I want to thank you. And yeah, it may be that I do this again in June. Yeah. I don't know. If anybody has any questions, let me know. But basically, there she is. Congratulations, Catherine. You absolutely lucky duck. So yeah, I am thrilled and excited. I want to thank all of you very, very much, and to the best of my ability, I will keep you posted about everything going on with the synagogue. And well, it doesn't have to be related. I don't actually care. I'm gonna have to go put these up in my mom's office so Jill doesn't accidentally throw them away. Oh, I totally forgot about that. I'm glad you said something. I wish I had thought about that in February because I totally could have made it happen in February. Yeah, we'll have to. The trouble is also like you want to host it, and so that makes it a little harder for me. Uh, so yeah. Send me an email like a couple times in March. Like you have my full absolute blessing to nag me every single week. And I'll see if I can't get it in March. Because I am not going to be around for a week. It's a little bit tough, but I would really, really like to get that done and dusted, which I keep meaning to do and not doing. And man, that frustrates me. I am so sorry I forgot that. But yeah, you have my full permission, blessing, and request to nag me every single week until it happens. So we will get it squared away. We're gonna have to find a time that's not only convenient, but that's convenient for us to get in there early, because you want to host it. So, yeah. So, anyway, nag me every single week. I'll tell you if I have any availability that week. You can come back with that is available for me, and we'll figure it out. So yeah, we'll get that done. So ideally in March, we're also going to have a stream of Shanghai Noon, which I have been meaning to do for literal fucking months. So which I've never seen. So that'll be interesting. I think when it came out, I didn't have quite as good a sense of humor, if we want to put it that way, about the American West. Where now I'm old and I can let it go. So, yeah. If there is nothing else, tomorrow I have the baby pretty much the entire day, from 6 to 6. So, yes, class is on the 27th. At noon. Noon my time. So, yeah, I will get that in, and then we should all be good to go. Tomorrow I have the baby. It is my hope that I will have time to answer some asks, which I really enjoy doing, but it will all depend on her, basically. And then I am working on a post for the book, The Diamond Age, or A Young Lady's Illustrated Primer, which I did not like. But I feel it's the first commissioned book I haven't liked. And luckily the commissioner was extremely cool about it. So, yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, and have a lovely evening.